Hi everyone! In this video, we will go over the Smarty JOJO box, unbox the product itself, and demonstrate best practices to use your Smarty JOJO. So let's take a look at the front of the box. As you can see, the front tells us several things about Smarty JOJO. First, we see that Smarty JOJO has been created for ages 3 to 5, although we have tested it with younger and older ages, both of which were engaged and entertained. We also see that Smarty JOJO lets us learn and play with directions like right, left, up, and down, opposites like fast and slow, colors, shapes, and even emotional intelligence. We are also shown that Smarty JOJO has over 150 random responses, which keeps kids interested and learning. Smarty JOJO comes with 2 languages, in this case, English and Spanish. So, what is Smarty JOJO and what does it do? Well, Smarty JOJO is a supercharged learning toy that teaches preschoolers on the go as they fly through a room or a yard. Smart technology identifies colors, and Kidspeak conversation calls out feelings, helping kids recognize their own emotions. Fun missions teach directions, shapes, opposites, and colors. Motion sensors encourage active physical play. And random actions and reactions make the experience different every time a child plays. Smarty JOJO provides feedback through audio and lights. Also note that after 5 minutes of inactivity, Smarty JOJO will go to sleep to conserve battery. To wake Smarty JOJO up, simply press any button. Now that we have gone over the box and briefly described the toy, let's unbox our Smarty JOJO. Inside the box, you have Smarty JOJO as well as a user manual. To release Smarty JOJO from the box, you will need to cut the zip ties. Make sure to keep the user manual, which is packed inside the box. Now let's go over all the buttons and switches. On the underside of Smarty JOJO, we see the following: the color identification sensor, the language selection switch, the battery compartment. If you need instructions on how to change batteries, please refer to the user manual which came with your device. Now let's flip Smarty JOJO right side up to reveal the following: an on-off button on the top of the body, various shaped buttons along both sides of the body, which are the learning buttons, left and right indicator lights on the tips of each wing. Before we turn on Smarty JOJO, let's go over some necessary usage information. Smarty JOJO has sensors that recognize directional orientation: up, down, left, and right, acceleration, slow and fast, altimeter, high and low, and color detection. Smarty JOJO is an interactive play toy which gives audio instructions that are to be followed. To properly play with the toy, you must follow its instructions. Let's break up the various interactions we will do with Smarty JOJO into 3 categories: maneuvers, shapes, colors, and numbers, color detection. Before we get into the various ways to interact with the toy, this is how Smarty JOJO should be held when played with. For the first category, maneuvers, we will review the correct way to move your Smarty JOJO with regard to the various commands that you are given. Let's start with takeoff and landing. They are to be done as follows. Now let's practice turning left and right, which should be done like this. Also, when you are instructed to turn, one of the 2 LED lights on the tip of the wings will blink, indicating which way to turn. Next, let's review lower and higher. They are done as follows. Lastly, let's go over faster and slower, which looks something like this. Now that we got all the maneuvers down, let's go over to the next category: shapes, colors, and numbers. For this category, we will focus on Smarty JOJO's 6 learning buttons: 2 squares, 2 triangles, and 2 circles. An example of a numbers and shapes command can be something like, to follow this command, simply press the 2 circles on Smarty JOJO. The last category we will review is color detection, which utilizes the color identification sensor. An example of color detection command could be something like, fly to something green. To follow this command, find something green near you and land on it. Once you land on the correct color, all of Smarty JOJO's lights will light up in that color. Please note that color matching accuracy depends on the texture and finish of the scanned surface, especially printed surfaces. Now let's put it all together and play with Smarty JOJO. Turn Smarty JOJO on by pressing the on-off button once. At the beginning of each play round, which consists of 25 commands, Smarty JOJO tells you to place him on a flat surface and press either of the red lights to get started. Now you are ready to fly.
Put me on the ground and press